Xpresso plays a lot more, at least from what I can tell from Waste of Paint. But Waste of Paint just beat Helios, so here we go in a best of 5. Let's see what they do against Xpresso. As we see a little tri-stringer from Xpresso in the purple here. We have Waste of Paint in the yellow with the range blaster and a squeezer and a Hydra.
Yeah.
Oh, all of a sudden, this is a bit more aggressive of a set. You have a little four or five people going down in that corner of the map. And here comes Xpresso with the early lead in the holding of the zone. They do have a dually sculpture. They have 3 pretty much automatic shooter weapons and a tri-stringer as the backline. There you see the tri-stringer actually getting a kill with the whale there. Let's see what Dusty can do, but 2 down situation. I wonder where the range blaster teammate is. You know, it's tough. The Hydra does go down, so I mean this could be a straight 100-0 knockout. We'll have to see. Look at the pressure being put on by Xpresso. Zuka killed by Tyester. And here we go. They're gonna try to break through the big bubble and push them all the way back. They're gonna have to jump out there. The Hydra's gonna go down, and look at all the way in the base.
Waste of Paint not even being able to leave their spawn.
And yeah, that's gonna do it. A big fight in the opening, and that fight sealed the deal for the win. Little did we know, a few seconds into the match, they would just full-on hold the zone, and Xpresso takes game 1.
Xpresso really not holding back here. Of course, they are the 5th seed.
So now, kind of got to regroup if you're Waste of Paint. Sometimes that just happens on zones. I mean, what do you do? You know, sometimes you just get locked out. So hey, let's switch over to another mode. It's gonna be Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway, and you know, let's just refresh if we're Waste of Paint here. Are you doing a Rubik's Cube?
Oh no, you can pick that up. I'm eating some M&Ms.
I thought this guy was just like going in on a Rubik's Cube.
Rainmaker, I think this is one of the better Undertow maps. There's a little weirdness on when you start to push left with that uninkable location and it being far away from spawn, but we'll see how the teams do. Hydra not showing up in this map.
See a Flings instead. Yeah, for Waste of Paint in the yellow, and the blue will be Xpresso, and they're already just pushing forward, being that aggressive, but hey, look at that, you know, little double indirect, or maybe it was a direct, I'm not sure, by the blaster, and they were able to hold, so a bit of aggression from Xpresso, but hey, they held their ground. Waste of Paint held their ground, and now they're going to have the advantage. They're going to start a push. Two down again for Xpresso. So here comes the checkpoint. They're going on the right side checkpoint. The Flings that comes out after the dunk. And here come the missiles. Alright, so we do have the Crab on the right for the defense. We also have the Tri-Stringer. Gonna potentially can get pressured by the Blaster. The Blaster's going to pick up the Rainmaker. Even if they die immediately, that's actually a good play because it keeps the Rainmaker there in front instead of going back to mid. But it looks like it might be the end because there's a lot of blue coming out on the map from Xpresso. Looks like Tyester trying to get a little push on going left with the splatter shot. Actually pops Zuka. There we go. This is what you like to see from your frontline player leading up, and you paint the pedestal. They didn't do that, unfortunately, but hey, the Rainmaker wasn't going to get there anyways. They were going to die. I was going to say, like, you want to paint the pedestal and then kind of just go up and pressure even more forward. But it looks like they do get the pedestal after, you know, a couple minutes into this game. We got the range blaster dropped down a bit too close, was able to get picked off by two of those players from Xpresso. Gonna pick up the Rainmaker again. They actually don't have the lead yet, until I say that. But They are trying to go the other... Oh, they went around the little grates area. And it's actually going to be a wipeout, so this is potentially a knockout. Boom! Shakalaka. And that's a 2-0 lead for Xpresso.
Waste of Paint did a good job at the beginning defending against that early Xpresso push. You know, they were all grouped up, so Xpresso was attempting to be really aggressive there. It didn't quite pan out, as Waste of Paint was all together and they could, you know, easily clean up the individual members of Xpresso. But towards the end, they it seemed like they lost a little bit of that coordination, or maybe it was Xpresso being a little too hasty after that, you know, that win on Splat Zones. And then afterwards collecting them themselves.
First, let's see if Waste of Paint can try for the reverse sweep. They're down 0-2 in this best of 5 right now against Xpresso. And here comes Xpresso. In the orange and the blue will be Waste of Paint. Waste of Paint's got to do something to get back in this set. They do bring out unscoped Splat Charger. Looks like I think the same comp for Xpresso.
It is a scope, actually.
Oh, it has scope. Okay, I didn't even see that.
We'll see how this goes for Waste of Paint. This is a bit of more of a lockout map, so potentially a similar result to the first game.
Looks like 2 down for Xpresso. That's very good for them. Xpresso, I mean, all 3 games in the set so far, they come out guns a-blazing. Like, they don't care. They just go after them. But, hey, these last 2 games, Waste of Paint has been able to basically get a counter push off the opening over-aggression from Xpresso. Oh, but look at Tyester over here. 3 down situation for Waste of Paint. They're going to have to push up. And now Xpresso can turn the tides. That's what they've done the first... Well, they held the entire time in the first game. But the second game, this is what they did. They, you know, had a game-winning push right after the initial push from Waste of Paint. Let's see. The Zuka 2 down again for Waste of Paint. They're in trouble.
This is a little bit of what I was talking about. Hammerhead, at least this iteration, really not that many paths out of spawn. So you get this situation where you're kind of locked in spawn while the other team is just pushing forward, and there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, they kind of... I mean, they have to build some sort of specials. It's unfortunate that the machine went down because they would have had a Booyah Bomb pretty soon there. Final checkpoint's going to be coming up here, and looks like Xpresso might take the sweep of the set, but look at all that blue ink now. 2 down for Xpresso. Another one goes down, and that's going to end the push. But no! A little over-aggression. There were 2 people waiting in mid still. They at least get the tower out from where they would have won the game, but a nice little flick there by the Splatterscope. Another one. Splatterscope with the vacuum. Wavebreaker comes out from Dually Squelchers, just trying to zone them out, zone out the other team. Actually going to force them to jump back. That's the squeezer. A Booyah Bomb is going to come somewhere onto mid, onto the tower, looks like. It's a 3v3 situation, kind of a, you know, just an equal footing at this point, but the fight is actually happening more closer to Waste of Paint's plat area.
Xpresso, it seems like they're backing off a little bit. They know they have such a huge lead now. All they have to really do is defend. Yeah,
it looks like you could potentially, you know, pincer this player in the corner. Pincer the Pincher. Is that their name? Potentially. But here comes Peachy with the Charger, and you know, they're not on the tower, but they're kind of behind it, trying to see if anyone kind of tries to drop on the tower. Looks like 2 players in the corner here, somehow not dying. The Flings is trying to get some damage on there. The missiles come out. They're going to push them forward. The machine's going to get a kill onto one of them. But it looks like Xpresso trying to clean up the mess. Almost a lead, actually. They have to get past the checkpoint. They did not quite, but the tower is coming back. The lead is actually so close. With just over a minute remaining, this might be the moment of the match. This might be the most important moment of the set. And here we go, 3 down situation, but another one goes down. 2v1. Can they get the lead? Not quite. They have a jumper coming in, though. They have to undo the checkpoint. It's so... Oh, rolls over 1 point away. Oh my, they stopped the push. I don't know what you do if you're the roller there. They just try to roll around. They got 1 on the tower, but it's gonna end up that they came just short of the lead.
That was a very, very close push there. If only one player, I think, believe the Splatoscope died to a suction bomb, they might have been able to get it if that hadn't happened.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, how in that 2v1, like, Ty was there with the splatter shot, and I guess they got the kill on the charger there, and were able to basically secure the set because it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it again with a couple of seconds remaining. And that's going to do it. Xpresso, hanging on by a thread, does get the sweep in winners round 2. They'll move on to the winners semifinals.
Yeah, it seems like Xpresso, once it looked like they started, you know, backing off a bit there in the middle of the game, it seemed like that almost cost them the game, because that gave Waste of Paint the opportunity to push up, and it gave them a chance to be aggressive.
I think I tried to mention it a little bit as we get ready for the next set here. The way they backed up, or the way they were trying to back up, the difference is that you take a fight in mid versus on your plat or your side of the map or on their side of the map. Like, once whoever wins that fight, you're going to be able to move forward. So if you're letting the fight come to you on your side of the map, then they're going to be able to push forward if they win that fight. You have to win the fight, but if you do that, you're going to get a good push, and you saw there, and they were just able to hang on.